Your vendor just updated their privacy policy. Your payment processor changed ownership. Your cloud storage had a breach last month. Did you catch any of that? Most small businesses don't until it's too late. My name is Diana, and after over 5 years as a vendor risk management analyst, I saw the same problem everywhere. Businesses onboard vendors once, check all the boxes up front, and then nothing. But vendors change constantly. New features, new subcontractors, expired certifications, policy updates, security incidents. Quick example, a small accounting firm's practice management software gets acquired. New parent company, new policies, client tax data suddenly handled under completely different terms. They never knew until a client asked questions they couldn't answer. So that continuous risk doesn't pause just because you don't have a GRC platform. So what do small businesses do? Pay $15K to $50K per year for enterprise GRC platform? That's overkill when you're managing 10 to 20 vendors and not 500. Or hire a consultant at $150 to $300 per hour for quarterly reviews. That's $600 to $1,200 every 90 days per vendor. Or do nothing and hope for the best. None of these work. So I built something that does. Meet BizGuard Quarterly. It's a structured quarterly review system for small businesses managing multiple vendors without a full risk program. Every 90 days, you evaluate vendor health using a risk-weighted scoring model based on NIST and ISACA CRIS framework, the same ones Fortune 500 companies use. You get 3 components. First, 26 structured questions across operations, security, privacy, legal compliance, and communications. Not generic yes or no. These catch the changes that actually matter. So let me show you how this works. Here's a real assessment. Let's answer some of the questions here and start with the business operations section, changes in ownership, structure, or financial status. We'll say yes. Vendor added new services, features, or integration. Also say yes. Service uptime meeting SLA consistently, no. See how the scoring automatically changed to yellow, although the risk tier is still low because not enough questions are being answered. And here you will see the vendor overall risk grade change to B, but it's still healthy. So let's continue with some more sections here. Any security certifications expired? Let's say yes. The scoring changed to yellow. But then when we answer if there are any breaches, incidents, or policy violations, if we say yes to this, answer yes to this question, the scoring automatically changes to red because this is a critical issue that within itself would change the scoring to red. And here you will see the breakdown of all of the questions that would automatically change the scoring to red. So data breach is one of them. Multi-factor authentication, not enforced, also would change the scoring to red. Cannot opt out of AI data training, expired critical security certifications, unauthorized use of customer data. So the overall scoring is still C. Let's continue with some more of the answers. So if we say vendor introduced AI features of new data models, we'll say yes. Changes in how data is stored, yes. See the scoring change to yellow. Here, overall score is still C. New sub-processors involved, yes. Privacy policy updated. If we say no here, the score will change to red. The overall score will change to high. And then here, you will see the score now change to D. So you will also have the overall amount of sections that are still green, and then they're yellow and red. So this auto score risk sheet shows you what happens when you populate the answers and show data access, vendors data access. That will give you weighted risk scores calculation automatically, red flags for critical issues, yellow for medium concerns, and green for low risk. That is instant vendor health grade from A to F. Plus, you will have a 7, 30, and 90 days action tracker. You know exactly what needs to follow up and when. There's also additional action tracker in the scoring tab that will give you action that are required for the next 90 days, 60 days, and 30 days. The spreadsheet also includes the instructions that has, all of the important information, risk-based scoring logic, overall letter grades. So the third component is complete user manual. This is a step-by-step documentation, how to customize questions, interpret scores, escalate issues, everything you need to implement confidently. So here's what changes. Instead of wondering if vendors are secure, you have quarterly data proving it. Instead of scrambling when auditors ask about due diligence, you have documented continuous monitoring. Instead of reacting to vendor problems after damage is done, you're catching issues early. Expired certs, new subcontractors, policy changes, all without a GRC platform, without consultants, without burning 5 hours per vendor each quarter. This comes from real-world experience conducting vendor assessments for healthcare, legal, and financial services. I've seen what works and what just checking boxes. BizGuard Quarterly uses NIST and ISACA CRIS framework, which is designed for real people who needs clear answers in plain English. It's perfect if you're managing 5 to 20 vendors without a full risk program, an operations lead, vendor managers, or founder handling this by yourself, a nonprofit or professional services firm without compliance staff. Anyone needed a repeatable quarterly process you can actually sustain. If you're beyond initial onboarding and need to track vendors' health over time, this is built for you. So if you ask, can I build this myself? You could. I did. It took years to figure out which questions matter and how to weight them. That scores, what scores indicates real risk and how to make Excel calculate everything automatically. Then if you wonder, won't vendors hate this? Well, professional vendors expect this. They would rather answer 26 structured questions quarterly than random security requests all year. So BizGuard Quarterly is $77. It's one-time purchase. It's instant download. That's less than 1 hour of consultant time, less than 1 month of GRC platform. You can use it for every vendor, every quarter, forever. You get the complete system, the questionnaire, the auto scoring sheet, user manual, everything you need to start monitoring in the first quarter of next year. This is launch special. It's limited time offer. Price will increase as I add more features. Ready to stop guessing about vendor risk? Link is in the description. Download BizGuard Quarterly and get continuous vendor monitoring without the enterprise price tag. Again, My name is Diana. I'm from Focus Trends. I build vendor risk tools for small businesses that work in the real world. Subscribe for more practical compliance content, no fluff, just systems that solve real problems. See you in the next one.